Hey guys, welcome to the Lowdown Show. And today I have a special guest and interview. I've been wanting to do some interviews and some more self collaboration, and a lot of people, that have commented on my videos, and and y'all guys all know I love Star Wars, and I have someone on the line now, and a YouTuber, you probably know him. The YouTube is Starrapter. You guys familiar with Starrapter? Go ahead, introduce yourself, and let them know what your channel is all about. You definitely touched my life, with my YouTube journey and Star Wars, and that's basically what we're gonna do right now. Is we talk about Star Wars.
Oh man, yeah, thanks so much. Thanks so much. I am on the Lowdown Show. Oh man, Edwin, we've been talking about Star Wars and a lot of just random entertainment stuff for years now. And I
Yeah.
always enjoy doing this kind of content because I think that's why a reason we did a lot of this channels with YouTube is because we want people to talk about like hardcore about these certain topics.
Yeah. Yeah.
And a lot of times, unfortunately, we're at work and people talk about this stuff at a surface level. They're not really
Mhm.
talking about it, like breaking it bit by bit, scene by scene down, like all those theories and stuff like that. And
Yes.
yeah, since the beginning of my channel, you were there early on too, as well,
Wow.
with different things, and we were going back and forth with comments. So yeah, it's always awesome to just spend time talking with other fellow YouTubers about
Yes.
just everything, because you can be across the world and still being able to communicate about everything you love, which is a huge thing for us in this community, to just be together. And it's always nice occasionally like to meet at certain conventions and stuff throughout the year if there's
Mm.
if people are fortunate to be able to make the trip out and stuff like that. It's always cool doing that. But for now, it's just always nice to be able to at least talk to somebody live. I've never
Yeah.
talked to somebody.
Oh wow.
I haven't talked to you live yet, so it's
Yes.
always cool actually like making that gap between like that off-centered of, oh, reply back an hour later to, oh, I'm actually seeing you as we
Yes.
talk. It's always a kind of crazy transition if you've just been talking through text on the
Yeah.
computer
Yeah.
for years.
Yeah. Oh, I agree. That feeling is mutual. I was kidding before we went out there. I was like, I feel like the Lando of episode 9. I'm trying to gather all the YouTubers that influenced my life, going around the galaxy. Like, hey, you want to do a podcast? Do you want? I've never done that before. Right? Hey, might as well now. Star Wars is over, and I want to talk. We got a lot to talk about.
Oh yeah.
Everybody. So yeah, I kind of feel like that. But yeah, maybe you could tell a little bit about your YouTube channel and kind of how it got started and how you became a fan, a Star Wars fan. I know that you have it on your site too, but yeah, if you give,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Sure. Thanks a lot, Edwin. So yeah, I started the YouTube channel back in 2015, and
Hmm.
it was during a couple months. I remember it was in September. I was getting really hyped up for The Force Awakens. And that was
Okay.
like the big party for Star Wars, right? It's
Oh
Star
yeah.
Wars is back.
Yeah.
It's been like over 10 years since Revenge of the Sith. We're getting psyched. So I remember I was like, I had a lot of spare time. I was doing an internship, and it required me to work maybe 1 hour out of 8 hours, and the rest of those 7 hours, I was basically twiddling my thumbs. So
Hmm.
I was like, all right, I gotta do something to kill the time here. So I
Yeah.
started to just like do like figure out YouTube stuff and type up like different I don't know, like different ideas for videos and doing artwork and stuff. And I was like, because you know what, I need to do something with the spare time I have, and creatively I feel like I have a lot to say.
Yes.
YouTube was like that platform to be like, oh, this is all free, it's not censored, you can say whatever the heck you want to say and put out content whatever the heck you want to put it out. You don't have a boss or overlord. So I thought that was
Yeah.
really cool with like the creativity and the flexibility to allow you to actually do that. So yeah, 2015 I started the
Okay.
channel. I think one of the first videos I made was like the Force Friday stuff with the
Hmm.
all the excitement around the
Wow.
toys and everything. I
Yeah, I
think I brought
remember.
my camera and I went in and I just like filmed me doing walking through the Toys R Us, which unfortunately in the U.S. They closed, but
Oh
so
yeah,
that's a
yeah.
nice memory to look back on now and be like, hey, I remember those good old days in Toys R Us, and
Yeah.
going with the madness of all the people charging through the doors to get the Force Awakens merch and all that. So
Oh,
yeah, fast forward about 4.5 years later, and here I am. And I continue to do the videos on a weekly basis. I'm putting out a lot of the canon videos, which will
Yes.
be anything pertaining to the comics, to the books, to the video game, anything Star Wars content related. I like to talk about, and
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I really try my best to keep everybody in the know-how, because there's so much stuff now, especially this last year with all the TV and everything else. It's kind of crazy. And so I dabble in, obviously, Star Wars, but I dabble in a lot of other things too. Like, I do TV reviews. I watched The Witcher recently on Netflix.
Yeah, I saw
Talk
that. Yeah.
about I'll talk about all the Marvel movies when they come out, an occasional random movie here and there. But a lot of my channel is revolving around reviews and just my opinions on how I feel about certain entertainment that has come out. Going all the way back to Star Wars, though, it's like I'm 29, so it's going back
Okay.
quite a ways, because
By the way, yeah.
I think the first memory was just the aliens were what really got me involved with Star Wars and interested. I remember Jabba the Hutt is like one of my favorite characters,
Nice.
and he both like scared, creeped me out, but he also like fascinated me as a kid. So I was always like, look at all these other aliens too, and I remember watching over a friend's house, and then shortly after watching the special editions in the theater for the first time with my aunt. And then after that, it was just like all downhill from there. The Phantom Menace came out, and it was a fever pitch, because then I was the perfect age. I was like the age of Anakin Skywalker. I was like 9 or 10 when that came out. So I was like, oh, Anakin, he's like me.
Oh wow.
So I
Yeah.
really gravitated to him, and like I drove my mom crazy, I think, because I was like having her take me to Toys R Us, and then going to like the Taco Bell and the Pizza Hut and the KFC, which all had like the toys and stuff.
Yeah,
I remember going there a lot to get these damn toys, right?
Yeah,
And,
nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that.
so yeah, that's what did it. And then I was always a fan up until the dark times, I guess you could say, after Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah.
Like, it was like, oh wow, 2005. I was in high school at that point, and it started to almost die down completely because we thought it was over. We had the Clone Wars series, but I wasn't even watching that at the time.
Okay.
But the thing that kept me going was the video games. The video games to me are like the bread and butter of Star Wars for me. Like, I love the movies. Yeah, of course, that's what started the whole thing. But the expanded material is what I really love about it. Like, getting into the books, getting into the comics, getting into all that. I played this one game, The Old Republic, Star Wars The Old Republic. It's like a sequel, I guess, MMO to the Knights of the Republic.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
So it deals with
like
the Sith Lords and all that. And that stuff, I kept playing that game, which came out in 2012. And that kind of branched over to when we got the announcement that they're making new Star Wars movies. And once that happened, then I got involved with these the podcasts. I started like listening to these things called podcasts. One of the first ones I ever listened to was the Star Wars Underworld, and I've since become really good friends with those guys, Dominic and with Ben and with Chris.
Wow,
we met up. Me and Dominic, we meet up every year at New York Comic Con. But anyway, those guys were like an influence and inspiration to me to actually start the channel. Them and whoever else I listened to at the time, but they're the main ones. Like, they're just like, wow, people can spend 2 hours a week talking about Star Wars.
Yeah.
And it's like, there's people out there that are like me and that actually have a voice that will actually like sit there and talk. I'm like, oh, I got to do something like this. This is a lot of fun. And that's kind of, again, what stemmed like the YouTube channel as well. So that's like my story kind of in a nutshell,
No, thank you for telling me, man. Well, I guess we had similar paths, I'm 40, but so my exposure to Star Wars was when I was 8, and then in the 80s and stuff.
Yep.
And I'm from Laos, so I'm a refugee, and I came to America in 1980 with my family, and we lived actually in the basement, with some folks, that sponsor us. Long story short, I went upstairs, I grabbed some movies, VHS, and I was like, what's Star Wars? And I just watched it. I'm like, whoa, this is crazy. And I watched the VHS one. And I was hooked ever since. And, some people kind of liked it, but I just liked it. I just watched them over and over and over, And, fast forward, real quick, just, okay, I want to talk more about what's going on now with Star Wars. Yeah, similar thing. It was like, okay, we had a dry spell and then Force Awakens started to come out, and then I'm like, is
Yeah.
anybody on YouTube? Like, I'm YouTube and stuff. Like, do they talk about theories or anything at all? So I see
Yeah.
cool stuff, and Collider.
Yeah, Collider, yeah.
Collider,
That was one of the big ones, yeah.
Yeah, the big one. I was like, oh man, these guys talk like for an hour. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh my goodness, I want more. And yeah, same thing. And then I never really got connected with them, but watching the videos, obviously subscribe, watch every week. And I was like, and then I did have a friend here in Arizona that kind of did podcast, and we did a little bit. And I was like, wow, can I do that? I just want to get nerdy, and talk to people like me. And so I did the same thing. I'm like, well, let me just give it a shot. I think Rogue One was my very first, you'll see it. Very first, trailer reaction.
Nice.
How people say you just gotta do it. You might not have all the equipment, but hey, might come out of it. And you especially touched my life because I saw you doing it. You were commenting. I was like, oh my gosh, I don't have any, wow. And then you have all these, you have all this content. And you're always, I wish I could always go and read the comics. I have kids and stuff, and
it gets really expensive.
A little different, but hey, if you pump that content, me, I will comment on everything you get. I'm living vicariously through you. How about that? And so I'm letting you know that. I'm like, wow, man, I want that comic. And even if I got that comic, I don't think I have time to read it. but yeah.
Yeah, see, that's why I like to do the videos, because I know there's people out there like you that A, don't have time, or B, just don't have money, or both.
Yeah.
And
I want to hear it all. Yeah.
He wants to hear a brief summary and then give my take on like, oh, cool things about it, things I think people should take away. But yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I'm happy. Like, I didn't think that I would actually like ever kind of inspire anybody to do this, because I've been inspired by other people. And it's like, well, look at these other people. I'm doing like an okay job. Look, these guys are doing an amazing job.
Yeah. I mean, it just goes to show you, like you were saying, technology and stuff is different now, and it's just like a blessing. Like, oh man, you can connect, but now we're actually talking, and so yeah, it's really, 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 really cool on my end too.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, let's talk about episode 9 a little bit.
Let's talk about it.
The whole thing, pretty much. Yeah, you can talk about all 9 films. Cartoons included, everything, like I said, there's just so much. So, and I did listen to your review, and I'm not sure you got a chance to listen to mine. I kind of did a quick one. I did like episode 9. I know there's a lot of ways to go, but yeah, it was Star Wars. It had a lot of stuff.
Yeah. So how many times have you seen it?
Okay, 3 or 4.
I've seen it 4 times. Yeah.
Okay, 4. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. I'll be honest with you. The first time I left the theater, I was a bit mixed.
Yes.
I was a bit mixed. I was like, well, I don't know how I feel about Palpatine Return. Like that was like my biggest gripe, was like, they didn't explain how he came back. Like, I gotta know this, like, that really sucks that they didn't tell us that. And the fact they didn't play Duel of the Fates in any of the movie. I was like, no.
Yeah. I had, that was just a small gripe too, as well. Like, they didn't play that, and they did play the Jedi music, and it felt a little off. I wish they played more Jedi music when Rey and them were doing, doing the Force.
Yeah.
She did a couple times during the healing, and then at the end. Yeah.
And then like there was other things in there that I felt like the movie could have used like 20 more minutes, and it could have like really, like, because it moves fast, and especially in the beginning, it's like boom, 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 all this information's coming at you. Another big thing was like the whole thing with Finn. Like, they never actually said that he was like a Force sensitive, but like they could have taken like maybe 2 minutes and explained it. Yeah. Because like throughout the movie, the first time I'd even pick up on that. The first time I thought that he was like trying to A, tell Rey that he liked her, or B, tell Rey that he knew that she was the granddaughter of Palpatine. For whatever reason, I thought that Finn knew the information, but I was like, it didn't dawn on me till the second time that I was like, oh, he's just trying to tell her he's Force sensitive. So I was like, I wish they could have like said that, at least at the end of the movie or something, to like lead off like, oh, I'll train you or something like that. But it was just completely left undone. The end of the film, I'm just getting all my negatives out right now. Okay, I do like the film. I'm just gonna tell people now I like the film, but I like to get the stuff off my chest first. The end felt like it was kind of like Disney's way of saying, oh, look at all these other TV series we're gonna make that you have to watch to get the full story. Kind of. It's like, Oh well, now Jonna and Lando are gonna have a Disney Plus series
Disney
about
Plus, yeah.
finding that she was his daughter, because I'm pretty sure that's the
I'm pretty sure
case.
that's it too. Yeah.
And then another series is gonna be about like Rey starting up like a new Jedi Order, maybe, and then you're gonna have Finn and Poe doing something. Like it felt very much like open ended, a little bit too much for me.
Mm,
Um,
yeah.
Although I did really like how the movie ended with Rey and having Luke and Leia ghost form looking
Yeah,
on
I like
her,
that.
and
I
like
actually did
I
like
thought
that.
that was like a great touch with the twin sons. I thought that was like they couldn't have ended it better, like to close out the story. Just a
Yeah.
little bit more exposition at the end, and that would have been great, I think.
Yeah. 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 I mean, yeah, I wish it was like a 3-hour movie. And
Yeah,
but I mean, I know, looking back, um, Star Wars has a lot of content, so you can
yeah.
find that material. Just like we were talking earlier with uh Dominic, Dominic the Hobbit, that guy. Remember at the beginning, he's
Dominic
like,
Monaghan,
"Oh,
yeah.
Monahan." Yeah, he's talking about. A lot of people were complaining, like, "Why did he say cloning? What he know?" But if you read the book, the visual, dictionary, it says he's like an intelligent that he reads up on this,
Yeah,
right? So it makes
yeah,
sense. So it does make sense. The
yeah, yeah.
normal complaint that people kind of say, like, "Why did he
Oh
say that?"
yeah, another complaint was about, I wish we could have seen more about the Final Order, or more
Yeah,
about like the Sith. Like we didn't really see a whole lot about them, but like again, a lot of this information is in that visual dictionary, which is
yeah,
kind of unfortunate because like you
yeah.
shouldn't have to like go out and buy this thing to find out so much,
I know.
unfortunately.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
like and I'm the guy saying that buys every
But you
single book that
okay?
comes
Yeah,
out.
that's
You
true.
know, I'm gonna buy it anyway, but I'm like, oh, it would have been nice to like show a little bit more of the Sith cultists and all that kind of thing.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
like
Well, I read
what,
it. I read it, but it still didn't really tell, huh? So
yeah,
were those guys at the end? Did they build that? All those starships, or were the people? You know what I mean? I read the book, the Exical, that
yeah,
part, but I don't
yeah.
know. I'm still kind of confused. Yeah. So who was with Palpatine? Who built all those ships? Like,
Yeah, okay, so what happened was, well, those were old Imperial ships, so I guess,
yes.
like,
Oh, that's
he
true.
had moved those out there
He
into the
moved it.
unknown
Okay.
regions before he fell, and
Mm,
then,
that makes sense.
basically, you had the First Order form in the unknown regions.
Okay.
This is what I'm gathering, because we still don't have the full story. It's just, if you read the canon, the Aftermath books and stuff after the Battle of Jakku, you have a bunch of Imperial ships going out into the unknown regions. But
Okay.
then we find out there's this other faction called the Final Order that was also out there. And
Mm,
apparently the First Order didn't know that the Final Order was out there. So it was a whole nother
mm.
bunch of people. And those people were actually first talked about in the Aftermath novels. They were called the Acolytes of the Beyond. You probably
Okay.
have heard of that,
Oh,
right?
actually, like, yeah, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
So
Yeah.
apparently the Acolytes of Beyond also went out there, and they're the ones that went right to Exegol, I guess. And from there, that's when they started building the starships, because there was like other people, like bureaucrats, that were
Mm.
like involved with the New Republic, I think, and they were actually like they were the ones that were keeping everything quiet. Like they were putting
Okay.
like the weapons, like they were like I guess shipping out the different weapon parts to like the Exegol planet and
Yeah.
stuff like that for like the underneath of the cannons and stuff. Like there was like some really shady stuff going on, and
Huh.
apparently like everybody lived on Exegol. Like the Acolytes of Beyond all went there,
Yeah.
and their kids are what the Sith troopers are. Like
Yes.
they all
Okay.
like lived on that planet, and I guess through their family trees they have just had birth, and then they like everybody was birthed into the Sith basically. Like the Sith cultists were like all from generations of Sith cultists or something like that.
Okay. And
Um,
and and that like they're not the Knights of Ren, right?
no,
For some reason,
they're
I thought they were. Okay.
no, they're the Knights of Ren are something else, and there's a cool, really awesome comic called The Rise of Kylo Ren that just came
Oh
out.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
There's two issues out right now, and they show Luke Skywalker absolutely kicking the crap out of
yeah.
the Knights of Ren, no problem.
Oh yeah, yeah. No,
Um,
I saw your video. You guys need to go watch that video. Yeah, or read the book, the comic.
yeah,
Yeah.
the comic is hard to get a hold of because it's selling
Oh
out
really?
everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
That's
like nuts.
crazy. You got it. Yeah, you got it. Yeah, and for you guys, one of the acolytes, not acolytes, see, I'm already mixing up. Knights of Ren, he wears a Beskar, like, what do they get? The axe? Like, his
Yeah,
axe is made
yeah,
out
that's a
of
Beskar
Beskar.
axe.
Yeah,
Yeah,
when I read that, I was like,
yeah,
whoa, where did he get it? You know?
yeah,
All these
yeah.
questions, like, yeah,
The Mandalorian axe, yes.
yeah. Yeah, so there's some tidbits in that dictionary, definitely,
Yeah, and
definitely.
but no, I think bringing in Palpatine was the right idea
Yeah, it was
because
the right idea.
that brings in the entire saga. Like that
Yeah,
shows you that this guy, even though he died, he still had a plan after his death to bring himself back to life.
yeah,
And the fact that like the whole story comes full circle, right? With the Skywalkers, like this is it. This is why it's the end of the Skywalker saga because the Skywalkers are no more. Like the bloodline is dead. Yeah, you can. Rey's not bloodline, so I don't consider her Skywalker like with the
yeah. She's not.
bloodline. So
She's
that's
not.
why
Yeah,
the Skywalker saga had to end. But it came away so beautifully with Ben Solo's redemption, and I was one of the people that did not want him to get redeemed at
really.
all.
Yeah, yeah. I
But
didn't really care
yeah,
either way, but it would have been cool if he didn't. But he
yeah,
did. He did because he's part
because
of Star Wars. But
yeah,
yeah,
because the way I looked at it was, oh, we already had that story with Luke helping Vader redeem
Vader.
himself,
Yeah,
and then him dying immediately after he got redeemed. And I hated to see Kylo go again. Like, oh, here we go again. Like he died again, just like Vader
yeah,
did.
yeah.
But he did something that Vader didn't do, which I think is awesome. He
Oh,
finished what Vader started as far as like resurrecting one he loved. He saved the one he
that's
loved.
true. I heard about that a
Rey, he
lot.
gave his
That is
life,
true.
his force essence to her and passed away into the force. And I thought that was just a really beautiful moment. Like that whole
Yeah,
thing of like him following in the footsteps of his grandfather, which he idolized the dark side of, and then he brought back the life and he became good for a few minutes there at the end. He was actually
yeah.
Ben Solo.
Oh yeah, yeah. Adam Driver. Yeah, yeah. I really
Oh
love
yeah,
that.
he was the best thing
Like,
about, like, the best
I can't.
performance hands down of all that.
Yeah, he did
You
the
feel
acting
like
of
just looking
everything.
at his face, like the gestures he makes and the expressions and his conflictedness, the whole trilogy is just something so great. This like it's such a great character, you know?
Yeah, yeah. Especially or all of it, but when Ray stabbed him,
Yeah.
man, and that look that he made, it was like. I'm like, man, he's hurting.
Oh,
I wonder what was going through his head. Like, man, I messed up.
yeah.
My dad, my mom's
Yeah.
dead now. This girl just killed me. I mean, all these dogs would probably go to, and Adam Driver, portrayed that really well. If you looked at it, he looked defeated.
Yeah.
Not defeated because he got stabbed in the chest. That's bad, but you can tell he messed up. In his mind, he's like, man, I messed up, big time. Big. I was like, yeah, that's a lot of remorse on that face right now. But then Ray obviously healed him. Like, okay, so
Yeah,
yeah,
I thought it was such a that was my favorite part of the whole movie.
yeah,
That whole
yeah.
part with
That
like
was so powerful, man. Like,
the with Leia calling through the force, like the way they were able to treat her character and to bring her back, even though she's passed away, able to use those shots that were unused, thread
yeah,
them in to make it an understandable story that flowed and did not feel disjointed at all. It pushed
yeah,
the story forward, and it helped really show us her end and give us closure. Because like I don't know how it would feel if she survived. Like they would have to eventually kill her off in a
mm,
book or a comic
yeah,
or something, for her to die in the movie where she started out in the movies is there's no better way, and to sacrifice herself to give her son a chance to redeem himself. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that. I don't think JJ or anybody, I
yeah.
don't think they could have done a better job because that's such an unfortunate circumstance because this trilogy could have been so much different if she was around. You know
That's
what I
true.
mean? If she was
Yeah,
around, she would be way more active
more
in
active.
the role
Yeah,
as like Jedi. And I love that fact that she was actually her master for
yeah.
like that little
That was
amount of time. She
crazy.
was
Yeah.
actually like that blew my mind when they had that scene where she was kicking the crap out of Luke in the
yeah,
training.
yeah.
I'm
Luke was
like,
getting beat
what
up by
the
her.
hell? This is awesome. I want to see a whole movie on Luke and Leia training.
Yeah,
That's so cool.
yeah. Well, let's piggyback off that of Leia calling the bed. And then Solo coming, Han Solo coming back.
Yeah.
That was,
Oh man, that
uh,
that tore me apart. I was like, I
did,
can't handle this right now.
do you think well, I'm hearing did Leia cause that?
That's what I'm thinking.
You know
Like,
what I'm
there's
saying?
so much ambiguity, and
Like,
that's another.
but she didn't
That's
really die. She didn't go to the Force yet till the very, very end.
that
So
that that's another thing.
Maj Kanata was saying she's gonna use all her power. I think that was what they were trying to say. Like she was gonna do that, call out to him and do the vision for him. I think I could be wrong, but we never, there's a lot of force powers we don't know about. So did she cause, him to
That's the
see
thing.
that memory too? I
That's
mean,
the
that
thing.
would make sense.
That's one of the another negative I have with the movie is there's so many things that need to be interpreted.
Yeah,
It's like there's that they're not cut and dry. It's just like, oh, did this happen? Did
yeah,
this happen? Oh, what's your perspective on this? I wish it was a little bit more direct, especially at that moment. That's like one of the biggest moments. I keep thinking, why did her body disappear at the end when he passed away? Was she embodying himself that whole point?
that's what I mean.
Because he acts so differently. If you, I keep
Yeah,
watching the movie. That moment that he like comes back on Exegol, like he even has like humor. Like
yeah,
there's never
yeah.
anything comically. He feels like he's Han Solo
Yes,
because
yeah.
like he jumps and he's like, ouch,
He's like,
like that. I was expecting him to make up like a jokey thing, and then he's doing the whole shrug,
the whole shrug. Yeah,
and then it's
everything.
just like he doesn't even have a scar anymore.
Yeah,
It's just like all this
yeah.
stuff is like maybe Leia was like embodying him a little bit. Like maybe
Wow.
she
Huh.
transferred her
Yeah, that could be too.
soul
Yeah, I didn't think of
into
that.
him.
Hmm. Yeah. Well, yeah, yeah. There's so much, to yeah, think about and talk about.
Maybe I'm hoping that a lot of this, and I think it will happen in the novelization. Have you read any of the novelizations for the movies?
No, unfortunately, I'm gonna get some audio books though for it. So
Oh, well,
hopefully,
oh yeah, get the
that'll
audiobook
probably
for this
help.
one because
Yeah.
I think I've been following the writer Ray Carson on Twitter, and she's put out a lot of tweets like, "Oh yeah, if my book is going to be about a 3-hour movie of the Rise of Skywalker."
Oh wow.
So she's basically saying, "Oh, there's a lot of extra stuff in this book."
Oh yeah. Okay. Okay.
So, and those
Yeah.
books, they're very cut and dry too. Like they'll be inside the heads of the characters, so you know exactly what is
Yeah.
happening.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I
I'm
like that.
hoping that's like we'll get the solid answers on all these questions that we have in this book.
Yeah.
Because the Last Jedi novelization was amazing. Like they
Was it
went
good?
so much more into like detail with what was happening. It made me appreciate the movie even more.
Yeah. No, actually, I'm glad you said that because that was another point I wanted to say. Yeah, the Last Jedi for like a whole year,
Yeah.
I was just like, yeah, I like it. No, I don't like it. Yeah, I like it. No, I'm on the
I know,
bandwagon
I
with
was there
everybody.
too.
But there was a little spark of hope in me. I was saying, well, let me just watch the whole trilogy play out.
Yeah.
And lo and behold, I'm happy to report that. Yeah, I like the Last Jedi now. I actually
I
do.
know. I actually went back and watched it. I was like,
It
all
was
this
way
stuff
better,
makes
like a lot
sense.
better. Before I was negative on it, like,
Stuff with
yeah, this is
Snoke.
weird. Yeah, or with Luke kept saying, "Who are you?" And in my
Yeah.
head, it's like, "She's a Palpatine." But Luke
Oh
knew it.
yeah,
But
because
Luke
he
did
knew
know it.
it.
Yeah, he already knew it.
He
So
already
that makes
knew
sense.
it.
No wonder he got bitter and acting all like
Oh.
kind of douchey towards her and stuff. Like, so who are you? Why are they bringing you? And I'm
Yeah.
like, and in my head, it's like, Luke, you do know she's a Palpatine. You're just trying to play it. That makes more sense
Yeah.
now. Where
Like that's why
he was
she
sort of
went
reluctant to
straight
teach.
to the dark when he was training her.
Yeah,
Because
but
she's had it in her blood.
yeah, and he
And
knew
I
it,
think
but she
that
didn't
is
know it.
that's such a powerful message, right? Like I know there's a lot of hate on the internet right now for
Mm.
the way she's related to Palpatine, and
Mm.
everybody was so on board with the whole she's nobody because she's not related to
Yeah, they really
anybody in
wanted
Last
that.
Jedi. Now
Yeah,
people think that they flipped it and it could have been something different because JJ wanted her to be something with Palpatine. I think it still works just the same
yeah,
because if you look at the message behind it, it's still as strong in my opinion because it's like, hey, if you have a bad background, you're coming from bad blood, you're meant to turn evil. But that's not right. You don't have to. It's your choice and you can
yes,
rise above the occasion and be something that you're not destined to be.
yes,
So I
amen.
think
Yeah,
that's a good message in its own right. And again, tying it back to the prequels, like
yeah,
of
yeah. They
course,
talk about the
Star
prequels.
Wars has
Yeah,
always been about familial bonds and people being related to other people. At least in the Skywalker saga, it's always been that way. So it makes so much sense. And when you're looking at it with like the granddaughter of Palpatine, the grandchild, the grandson of Vader,
yes.
we're dealing with I think this trilogy, what it speaks about, is dealing with legacy and dealing with like the repercussions of what happened years ago and trying to live past that, trying to be a better person and then try to rise above darkness.
Oh yeah,
That's seated in you since birth, you know?
Yeah, I mean, even Finn kind of had that similar arc. You know, he didn't want to be stormtrooper no more.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I mean, it's all in there. Oh, I wanted to comment real quick on Finn. Like you were saying about the Force. You know, that well, JJ did say he was Force sensitive, but
Okay, good.
you know that the funny thing is, it's funny. My wife she watched everything I watched, and the Force Awakens. She kept telling me, "Hey, he's a Jedi, isn't he?" And I kept saying, "No, he's not a Jedi. He went in there like a dumb person." And she's like, "Why did Kylo Ren not kill him? Why he survive?" I was like, "No, he's just doing the best he could." Turned out she was right. Then this Force sensitive, and you know, so someone on the outside that's not that big of a fan is telling me, you know that hey, I think it's like Force sensitive, and I kept telling her all three movies, no, he's not, and I find out, okay, you're right. So she's cool, you know what I'm saying? You're like, yeah. So some other people can pick up on that stuff different ways. I'm sure she didn't really know, but I was like, I kept telling her, no, he's not Force sensitive. He's not. You know, why do you
Yeah.
keep thinking that? You know. I guess you're right, huh? Okay.
Yeah,
But yeah, she wasn't a Jedi, but you know, Force sensitive. So yeah.
man. Yeah, and yeah, so I mean that being said, what excites me so much about this is just the future of Star Wars. Like
Oh yeah, let's talk about
looking
that.
at the Skywalker saga, and quite honest with you, I'm tired. I'm on Twitter a lot with this Star Wars, and
Oh
I'm
really?
kind of tired of just like going back and forth with people just, oh, this is terrible. Oh, this is great.
Oh, really? I don't have
Like
Twitter.
it's like the war with fans. I'm like, so much negativity. Like I'm so ready to just
Wow.
talk
Yeah.
about like the next thing,
Yeah.
and let people forget about this. It's over. It's done with. It's tied with a bow. That's it. Like
Yes.
just
Yeah,
accept
I
what it
agree.
is and get used to it because they're not changing it.
Yeah.
And moving on to seeing what happens in the future. Like I mean, I hope there isn't a 10, 11, and 12.
Oh, you hope it
I
there?
actually hope there isn't because I
Oh, there
don't
isn't.
think it makes
Okay. Okay, that's fine.
I,
Yeah.
I don't think it makes sense. Like I was saying before, like the Skywalkers are dead. Like you don't need to make like a 10, 11, 12 because if it's 10, 11, 12, that means it's part of the Skywalker saga. But Skywalkers aren't even alive anymore. How does
Yeah.
that make sense? And then
Yeah.
they can go by and say, "Oh yeah, Rey's a Skywalker, but she's not blood." Um, Go ahead and make
Yeah.
like your Rey
They-
Skywalker
Yes.
story, but just don't call it like Episode 10.
Yeah. No, that's good. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I mean, they did the best they could. You know, I mean, without the new trilogy here, and
Yeah.
I agree. I mean, the older actors kind of overshadowed. You know, you had Han Solo, then you
Okay.
had Luke. It didn't really feel like a Ray. You know, it
Yeah.
did, but I could tell like it was overshadowed by the big stars. Yeah,
Yeah.
they should have just did a whole new, not a whole new character. Or they did, but they had too much.
Yeah.
Everybody, Force Awakens, obviously, Han Solo had a big part, and then Last Jedi, Luke had a big part. So everybody's kind of more focused on them. So I do agree. They should have started with this, Ray. I barely
Yeah.
mentioned. But hey, it is what it is. But like you said, I agree with what you said. We can't keep continuing it. Might as well. They wanted to get it out. They wanted to bring the old actors back. Whatever. Now let's move
Yeah.
on. Yeah. So I
I
agree.
think that's what's so exciting, right? Because like I don't think anybody's prepared to see how Star Wars is going to look even next year
Yeah.
because we're so laser focused. I mean, we haven't well, besides like Legends content, which
Yeah. There's a lot of legend
there's a
content.
lot of Legend stuff that's
I can't even
outside of
keep up.
Skywalker, hundreds of years in the future, thousands of years in the past. But that's where I've always really loved Star Wars is like that outside perspective, different eras of the storytelling. So to move past like the Skywalker saga, we're already getting a great hint of what's to come. I mean, The Mandalorian
Oh,
was.
Mandalorian. Oh, we'll talk about that.
I love
Yeah.
that. I'll be honest, I like that a lot more than Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
I agree.
I and don't get me wrong, I've seen Rise of Skywalker 4 times, and the last time I seen it with my mother, she said it was her favorite Star Wars movie, and I'm like,
Oh, good.
cool, like
Yeah. Yeah.
everybody has their favorite Star Wars movie, and I'm happy that this one is that for somebody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like the Mandalorian is incredible because it has nothing related to anything we've really seen before. It's in the same time period, yeah. We've gone to
Yes.
same locations, yeah. But every one of the characters is different and unique, and we haven't actually seen these characters before,
Yes.
which provides us a blank canvas. I think what's really getting people bent out of shape with these sequel trilogy movies is that like they're technically like they think that they're messing with their characters that they've had in their heads for 30 years now,
Mm.
you know.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
there's a certain bit of stuff, mental stuff that people have to get past because they're like, oh, this isn't my Luke Skywalker, you know, or
Yeah.
whatever. Like, this is why it's going to be so much better when we're going into these new things where nobody has any preconceived notions of what they should behave like,
Yes.
because it's up to the creators to just go crazy. Still have those archetypes. They're still going to have your smugglers. They're still going to have your Jedi, your Sith, but they could be completely off the charts like we've never seen before. And it's up to the writers to just kind of do what they will with these characters and not have any more pressure. Like, I can't understand the pressure everybody working on the last 5 films had been under, because they all dealt with characters that everybody regarded as some of their favorite characters in fiction of all time. Like, that's
Yeah.
just, how do you live under that pressure? Like, not everybody's going to be happy, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. I agree on the other aspect too, as in it's bringing new fans, right? You know,
Uh-huh.
you know, and
Oh,
you don't have to
so many
be
new
you
fans.
don't have to be so inside baseball. My family loves Star Wars and stuff, but they don't know much as I do. But when we watch The Mandalorian,
Yeah.
it's an open field. They ask
Yeah.
questions and I don't know. I don't know that guy. I don't know. You
Yeah.
know, I'm finding out. You know, and you're finding out now. I
I
don't know who
know.
this guy is. I don't.
Yeah, I
I don't know.
know.
I don't know how
Like,
more this race. So
like
so it's kind of like it kind of benefits both sides now.
Yeah, and just like talking about Disney Plus, I mean, the way that The Mandalorian was put out on a weekly basis, like, yeah,
That was
we've had the
cool.
animated stuff, and that was great. Like, I love Clone Wars, Rebels, Resistance is great. Um, and The Mandalorian, getting that kind of feel of like a miniature Star Wars movie every week,
Oh, I
where
loved it, man. It
where
was
the cinematic quality is incredible, and you have something to talk about every week. Like, I never experienced that with Star Wars before, and I love that about like things like Game of Thrones
yeah.
and some other Netflix series. Like, Game of Thrones was really the one thing I would really,
Oh,
because
really?
Netflix, it's
Yeah,
over in a
I
weekend.
don't
You
know.
binge it and you're done. Whereas with the
Okay,
Star
that's what I
Wars, it's
heard.
like
That's what I heard.
every
Yeah.
week you got something to talk about. I go to work, and again, these people that are not hardcore Star Wars fans at all are like, "Hey, Chris," like, because they know I'm a Star Wars fan. They're like,
Yeah, yeah.
they actually talk to me about Mandalorian, and they, like you said, they know as much as I know, and we can
Nice.
get into these conversations about, oh, the best car armor, and oh,
I
the
know.
Mandalorian, is he going to remove his helmet? Oh, do you think that Baby Yoda, his name will be like some really cool like conversations that I had with these people that I never expected to have, because it's like so more mainstream, but it's done in a way that appeases to both the mainstream and the hardcore fans. Like, they're like, oh, we have the E-Web blaster is going to destroy this place
I
and you're going
know.
to
Yeah, yeah.
die. And I'm like, oh, the E-Web blaster is in the game I play with the
Oh,
miniatures. I'm
okay.
like,
Okay.
oh
Yeah.
man, like, this
See,
is
I
some
didn't know
fun
that.
stuff
Yeah.
here.
Wow. Yeah. Hey, quick story about the Mandalorian. So the very first episode dropped, right? And nobody knew it dropped like what, 3 a.m. or something.
Yeah.
It was kind of weird, and I was like at work, but then your YouTube uh video came out first. I'm like, oh man, and I don't mind spoilers. I'm like, I didn't hear what you have to say about it 'cause I haven't seen it. Because you were actually the first one who spoiled in a good way that there was a baby Yoda. When you said that, I was like, what? I had to rewind. I'm like, oh, what are you talking about, Chris? I'm like, and then I was gonna get off work and watch it anyways. But you were the very first one that told me that. Because I know, remember that they were all like, in the magazine, like, oh, this is gonna break the Star Wars
Yeah.
universe, something. I'm
Yeah.
like, what is it? Jango Fett? Well, I don't
Yeah.
know. And
That's
then
what I was thinking.
so your video was like, okay, let me just listen. Spoiler, I don't care. And then when you said Baby Yoda at the end, I'm like, wait a minute, am I hearing Chris right? What? And then I watched it. I was like, whoa, it's
I
true.
know.
It's true.
It was crazy.
So
It's
yeah,
like, and I love the fact that, like, oh yeah, Star Wars has always been like a movie going experience. Like, it's the whole thing. You go, you wait in line with the fans. You go in a movie theater packed with people cheering. And I love that. Like, I love that with Rise of Skywalker. It's a shame I got to wait 3 years to do that again. With the next movie. Hopefully, it
yeah.
comes out on time in 2022. But I love the other side of it, of waking up, because I work like 10 o'clock on Fridays, so I
Hmm.
actually can watch the episode before I go to work.
Yeah,
So
yeah, cool.
I literally like wake up early. Like, I'll wake up at like 6 o'clock. I'll set my alarm, jump in the shower, eat
Nice.
breakfast, and I'll sit in front of my computer like here, and then just start watching it before work. It's like every Friday. It's like, oh, it's my ritual. Like, I get up, watch an
Nice.
episode of Mandalorian, shoot my review, go to work. Like, it's just like a clockwork, but it's nice to get that other side, like the small screen experience of a
Yeah.
Star Wars show.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, they're definitely knocking out the park with the Mandalorian. Yeah, and there's more content coming. So I'm waiting. I'm waiting for that. Obi-Wan. I'm waiting for that Cassian Andor.
Yeah.
What else? What else are Star Wars?
Clone
I
Wars
think.
next month.
Oh, Clone Wars! Like, oh man.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so excited for that. Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah,
it's coming out a month from
Man,
today,
that's fast.
apparently.
Yeah, I think my kids were asking too. He's like, "Remember that trailer that you did? Clone Wars coming out yet?" I was like, "Oh yeah, Clone Wars." And now you're telling me like a month. Oh wow. Okay. Oh, I'm ready then.
Yeah. Yeah.
It only Disney X, or are you gonna be on Disney Plus right away, or no? Do you know?
Yeah.
Is it on Disney Plus or
Uh-huh.
DX? Oh, okay. Because I don't have the other one. Okay. All right.
What
Good.
other one?
Good. What do you get?
XD?
Yeah, XD.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't have that channel. Yeah, okay. So it'll be
Yeah. No,
available
I'm
right away.
hoping
Okay.
no offense to Disney XD, but I'm hoping that from now on all the Star Wars content goes right to Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Because, well, first off, I'm not, 7 years old, so some of these commercials
That's
some
what
of
I'm
these
saying.
commercials that I have to sit through when I'm watching are like, oh God, just put this show back on.
Yeah, that's what I'm
You
saying.
know?
Yeah.
And like I think when you put it on Disney Plus, there's a lot more parameters that you don't have to follow. Like
Yeah.
you don't have a episode length that you have to follow, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like everything on cable has to be like 22 minutes. You know what I mean? It has to be like 22
Oh,
minutes
okay.
and you have to follow like a certain formula, right? When you're on Disney Plus, like you watch Mandalorian episodes, they range from like I don't know,
Yeah.
28 minutes to
Yeah,
like
they're very.
42
Yeah.
minutes. Like
Yep.
they're
Yep.
all over the place, but it's great because it's catered to how the storytellers want to tell their story. If they only need 28 minutes, go ahead. If they need that full 42, 45 minutes, take as long as you want, as long as you're telling the story you want. I feel like the restraints are a lot looser on Disney Plus, and they can deal with like more darker themes.
Yes. Oh
As
yeah.
well, Rebels got pretty dark.
Oh yeah.
But Resistance is pretty light, really light, because that's actually on the Disney Channel.
Yeah, that's what I was telling you on your that YouTube. Like we only have the first season. So
Yeah,
we're
I'm
going
hoping that
through it,
they
but
put it up like season 2, like almost
okay,
immediately
the
after
whole thing. Okay,
because there's
yeah.
actually 2 weeks left. There's this Sunday and then the next Sunday, and that's it. It's over. No
Oh,
more
okay.
Resistance.
Okay.
Only 2 seasons.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've been watching Four Seasons of Destiny on there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's got a little connective tissue. Yeah.
Yeah,
We
Forces of Destiny. I like how they brought in some pretty cool things. Like they brought in how Leia got the Boosh armor
yeah.
from Maz, and she meets Maz Kanata and like IG-88's there.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Everybody meets everybody. Like Jyn Erso meets like
Yeah.
the Mandalorian girl. What's her name?
Sabine?
Sabine. Yeah. Yeah. That episode. I think Han Solo meets Syndulla,
Hera
right?
Syndulla?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was like, man, this is all canon, and they were there.
Oh,
So
I know.
I was like, wow, they might tie
Yeah.
it in even more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of Harrison Dole, did you hear about the rumors of a new Rebels follow-up series coming out?
Oh, really?
Oh, you
No,
didn't
I didn't
hear?
hear.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Oh,
Let me
wow.
tell you about it real quick. So
Okay,
there's a
yeah. Please
rumor
tell me. Yeah.
out that there's going to be a Rebels follow-up series airing towards the end of this year.
What? Really?
Yeah.
Is it like a season or just a couple episodes? Or
We don't know really that many details, although there was a leak for like possible details. It's gonna be following the adventures of Ezra and Thrawn in the Unknown Regions.
oh, wow.
And then you're gonna
Okay.
have Ahsoka and Sabine trying to find them, like
Yes.
at the end of Rebels.
Oh, wow.
And
No, I
then
didn't hear about
apparently,
that.
apparently like Captain Rex is in it, and Captain Rex, like one of the first things they have to do is like Ahsoka and Sabine have to take him to the Kaminoans and like try to reverse his like cloned aging.
Whoa.
And then like there's gonna supposedly be the enemies in the Thrawn books, the Grisk, which are like these like organic, like I guess they're like this generation's Yuzong Vong, I guess if you want to compare them.
Okay.
There are going to be like the threats. There's going to be stuff about the New Republic and about how that's functioning. More backstory on that. But I'm like, oh man, this could be really good. They're saying it's going to be the animation style could be like somewhere between Clone Wars and Rebels, the way that looks.
Okay. Yeah.
So,
I like it. Wow. Well, you heard.
I'm hoping that sooner rather than later they'll give us an announcement. Maybe once Clone Wars is on the air, so that they'll be like, oh wait, the end of the year we'll have more animated stuff coming out.
Okay.
So,
Yeah. I'm gonna have to. Yeah, I'll do a little digging myself because I don't mind leaks and all that. Yeah, I didn't hear that one. Maybe did
Yeah.
it come out today or a couple weeks
Oh,
ago?
it came out about a week ago. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't
Yeah.
know why I didn't catch that
There's a
one.
lot of leaks out right now. I'm
Yeah,
happy about it. As long as
yeah,
these all
me
come
too.
true, I'll be happy. Like this is when I look at the leaks. Like I'll look at the leaks when they're like things being announced or about to be announced.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
like
yeah.
Rise of Skywalker, I was so damn like scared of coming
Get it?
across
Yeah.
any spoilers that I was like off the internet for like 5 days before the movie came out.
Oh wow, wow.
I
Yeah,
was like, I
good
am
for
not
you.
about to get spoiled by anything,
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I just go on like a social media blackout basically, and I just
yeah.
don't even do
That's a good
anything.
idea. That's a good idea. Yeah, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
hey, looks like we've been talking for like an hour. You want to wrap this up, and then maybe we can continue again? Obviously, we can continue. You know,
Yeah.
maybe on your
Yeah,
channel
sure.
next time or whatever. Yeah, but thank you
Yeah,
so
yeah,
much.
that'd be
I mean,
good. That'd be good. It was a pleasure being on here, and like you said, we could talk about this stuff for hours.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Like I said, I mean, I'm just happy I'm getting to talk to someone. Someone I
Yeah.
followed on YouTube, and
Yeah.
now that everything's over, but now there's more stuff coming out. Now,
This is almost more exciting because now the canvas is so clear
yes,
that anything could happen, right?
yes,
Like there's
yes,
so much you can get excited about the TVs. Hopefully we'll get an exciting announcement about a new video game coming out in the next couple of years. Like that is my favorite part about being a Star Wars fan is the anticipation.
I
That those
know, I know.
moments, those months before you're theorizing, oh,
Yes,
what's
oh
gonna
yeah,
happen? Do you think this character could show up from Legends and become canonized? Do
I
you think that
know. Isn't
this
that
planet
crazy?
could be a possible place that could go? Like that is what fuels Star Wars for me and what helps keep me going through the times where it's not a whole lot to do. And
Yeah,
that's what makes it fun because then you just like get really involved with this stuff.
I know. Yeah, yeah. I couldn't get it better myself. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. I agree. You want to plug in your stuff again, or yeah, yeah.
Sure,
Go ahead,
yeah.
go ahead. Teach again. Yeah, go to the channel. Yeah, definitely. Go ahead.
Yeah, so you can find me mainly on youtube.com/Starrapter.
Hmm.
I also use Starrapter as a handle for my Twitter as well as my Instagram, and I also have a Facebook page
Yes.
at Starrapter. But yeah, every week you guys can expect whenever there's like new comics out, I'll be talking about them. I occasionally release more like breakdown videos, or like
Hmm.
sometimes if I'll read a book, I'll try to talk about a certain subject in the book that I think could be very interesting for those that don't necessarily want to read the book or listen to the book. I have some stuff about that. So yeah, definitely check out the channel if you're a Star Wars fan
Yes.
or if you're a fan of pop culture in general. Like I said, I try to keep up with like the latest
Yeah.
hits with, different TV series people are talking about. I try to check them out and give my thoughts on those. So yeah, greatly appreciated. But it was wonderful being on here, Edwin. I know it's been a
Oh man.
long time
Long
coming,
time coming.
but
Yeah.
thanks for the invite because it's always nice to just like shoot the crap with somebody else about just everything going on and catching up.
Oh yeah, yeah. Thank you, and
Mhm.
yeah, yeah. You're a great guy. I mean, yeah, you always get back to me and stuff. Some of these guys, yeah, I feel that they're untangible to talk to. I can't really
Yeah.
get a hold of Collider. I've never really tried, so I'm like, I don't know if they'll take my question. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I'm like, but it's a good thing we have a knit, community and stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Hmm.
that's all. I'm just, what did the Django Fett said? I'm just a common man making my way through the universe, the Star Wars universe. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I don't care where you're from, the underworld. I'll talk to you. Let's hook up and talk.
Yeah. Oh man.
But yeah, thank you so much. Definitely,
Thank
we'll
you.
have to do this again. But thank you
Oh
so
yeah.
much.
Yeah. It's been a pleasure.
All right, I'll talk to you later.
See ya.
Thank you.